this woman she's built a massive organization. She's been promoted recently to senior vice president. For those of you that are new in this business, that's $1 million a month in business. Understand that's $12 million a year business. I really challenge any of you. Do you know anybody that runs a $12 million a year business? I mean, and this woman does that. She's helped a ton of people achieve success. She is a mentor, a servant leader. She's won the Circle of Excellence Award, which is one of the highest awards given out to the company because it represents integrity. It represents teamwork, operating at the highest level possible. And this is given out by the owners of the company and the top leadership. This is something where you get this award, it means a lot because it talks about your character and who you are. And this woman has proven that over time through everything that she's been through. She is no drama. She's teamwork. She's a collaboration. I mean, and for her to come on this call is amazing because she has her own team. It's in a 5-week month. We're grinding. She's taking time away from her family and on this holiday to speak with us. So we're going to let her get on right away here. She's going to share her story and some nuggets. And she's an R&R Club member, level 2, about to hit level 3. I mean, she's doing it all. She's won so many awards. We'd be here all night with that. So I'm honored again to bring this woman on. So please give her your respect and your undivided attention. And if somebody could please get a hold of Regina, if anybody knows who she is, I'm sorry, I'm being a little frustrated because I can't figure out how to get her to mute, but that would be great. So guys, with no further ado, I am going to introduce Amina, who now she goes by Falah Rasheed. So please give her your undivided attention and, give her some fire in the chat. So Falah, are you there?
Hey, what's up, Tony? I am here. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. Man, what is going on, team? What is up? What is up? Y'all go ahead, throw some fire signs in the chat. What's up? What's up? As he stated, I am Amina Rasheed. I go by my middle name now, which is Falah. And so basically, I'm going through like a spiritual journey at this point in my life, and I'll give you some background on it. I'm going through this spiritual journey where, I'm really going into I feel the second phase of my life. So Falah is my middle name. And so as I was going through this journey and just really embarking on it, I said, I really want to change my name. Amina means loyal, faithful, all of that stuff. And so I was like, I wonder what my middle name means. And so when I looked up the meaning of my middle name, I always knew the meaning of my first name. When I looked up the meaning of my middle name, Falah means success, happiness, and well-being. I said, oh, perfect. Let me roll with Falah here. That's the vibe we're on from this day moving forward, right? So glad to be here. Definitely want to give it back up to my friend, Mr. Tony Camilleri. Let me tell you something. Tony is such an awesome and amazing leader and such a great friend as well. You know what I mean? Whenever I just need some little nuggets or whenever I need that extra oomph of motivation, because sometimes us as leaders, we're human. Okay, we're all human. Sometimes we just need that extra oomph, that extra push. And Tony has been there as a great friend to really, give me that guidance and to share tips and nuggets. Yeah, he is amazing, Latoya. You all have a great leader. So let me give you a little background on myself and my story. So I started the company in January of 2016. I was probably one of Alfred's first 5 or 10 people to enroll. And when I got into the company, I signed up same day, right away. It sounded amazing. I had my own credit restoration company at the time. So I had that knowledge and background on credit. But then when I saw everything the company had to offer, I'm like, hold up. I can't give my clients all of this stuff, the debt payoff tool. I can't give them all of these financial literacy products. So it made sense. Now, my husband, for all of you out there who have a spouse that just may not be on board so much, my husband was that spouse. He was definitely a negative Nancy, shall we say. He did not see the vision. He didn't see any of it. He said, you're doing fine on your own. Just keep going at the pace you're going. And so, it was just something that felt right to me. And, I said, okay, let me just sign up anyway. And let me just see what happens. He's probably going to be mad, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. So came into the company. After about 4 weeks, my payment declined. Okay, very transparent, very raw, very real. The 89, A was $87 actually. So $87, that joint declined. Okay. And so I went inactive. And then at that point, I said, there's no need of me updating the information. I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing. So Alfred kept contacting me month in and month out. And he was like, Amina, you know, you really want to come back to the business. You know, everybody's doing so well, everybody's succeeding, and we're helping a lot of people. And I got to the point where I was just like tired of writing all of those dispute letters, staying up late, wrecking my brain. I'm like, I will never become wealthy this way. It's got to be something different. I got to do something different. And if this is the same track that I'm on, credit restoration, and I don't have to do the work, it just makes sense. So came back November 28th, 2016, and we just kept going. My husband was my first agent. Executive vice president now, Mr. Jay Hungo, was my second agent. She calls me her business mom. She calls me her mom. She'll call me, she'll say, Mom. And I'm like, girl, I'm not old enough to be your mom, but I get you. So, but you know, she's definitely a sweetheart, definitely a dear. And we were just like really learning together because we've never really been in a network marketing company. Now, I did grow up in network marketing because my mom was with a network marketing company when I was 7 years old, and she's still with that network marketing company to this day, and I'm almost 38. So she, you know, I was in the culture. They would have these things called like fast start schools, and I just remember going, we were always in a hotel in the lobby, all of the kids and stuff. So I was in the culture, but I never, you know, growing up, but I never really, you know, was in a business per se myself. So anyway, guys, this company, we were just learning, you know, as we went, and we were building and building and building. And once I got to executive vice president in 2018, that's when things were like, whoa, okay, executive vice president, 500,000 in sales on a monthly basis. And that's a big title. That's a large number of volume. So I was like, okay, how do I manage and how do I keep it? So literally after about 3-4 months, I lost my title and I dropped back down to RVP. So here it is, my strongest leg, Mr. Jay Hungo was an RVP and I was an RVP. So we're at the same title and I'm cut off from my largest leg. And I'm like, oh, wow. So I really went through something during that time. And I really had to take it back to the basics. I had to go back to the basics and I had to say, okay, what did we do to really get this business going in the first place? What did we do to really ramp this business up and to get it in momentum? So I had to start from scratch with rebuilding my legs. You know, it got to the point where it was more about quantity instead of quality for me. That's kind of like what I knew from the beginning, just get whoever, whatever in. And then at that point, it started to change for me because I said, I no longer want to have to rebuild so much by bringing in just anyone. You want to make people qualify, if that makes sense, to be in your organization. So you want to make sure that they qualify to be a part of you. And I believe I said this on a conference call earlier this week, not sure which one, or webinar. You want to act as if, and you need to act as if you literally have gold in your pocket, because you do. If you run into someone that's, you know, in need of making income, you have a solution. If you run into someone that is just feeling down and depressed and not really, you know, feeling accepted by their job and feeling like they're not being recognized, you have a solution. You know, so we have a solution that can really help so many people out of their situations. And I'll also tell you this, I was executive vice president for 2 years. And one of my agents, and she's a field trainer, and she flew out here to LA. We had lunch. This was a few months ago, probably in February, beginning of March. She flew out here. Her name is Vanessa Valejas, and she flew out here from Northern California to Southern California to come and have lunch, get some training one-on-one. And she asked me, and she said, now let me ask you a question, Amina. Why have you been at the same title for so long? I said, you know what? That's a great question. I said, no one's ever kind of like put it to me raw like that, where it was kind of like a punch to the gut. But then, you know, I had to be quick on my feet. And I said, that's a good question, Vanessa. Why am I at the same title? Work a little bit harder. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But it really was like a punch to the gut where I was like, you know what? It's time to level up. It's time to really get this thing where we need it to be and to get rocking and rolling. And, you know, Mr. Jay Ahungo, she was on board. My husband was on board. All of my top leaders, everyone was on board. We were like, it's time to really level up. So one nugget that I want to give you all, your R&R report, that R&R report is literally gold. When you look at your R&R report, if you see anyone on that R&R report that does not have 5, you want to go and help them get 5. Now, Senior Vice President Robin Robinson actually gave me that nugget. You can learn certain things from different leaders. You want to see who's on your R&R report that does not have 5. Here's another nugget for you, okay? All promotions for your new agents to field trainer should come from within the household. So if your new agent has a spouse, boyfriend, mother, or whatever, that promotion should come from within the household. Okay, listen, we're going to get you enrolled. We're going to help you get to, you know, field trainer. Now, do you have a spouse? Do you have a significant other? Because your first enrollment should come from your household. My entire, you know, household is in the business. My husband is in the business. He's a vice president. My daughter's in the business. She's an executive sales director. Her volume was like 126,000 last month. So we really need to work to really get her to VP because, you know, I mean, it's there. The volume's there. And then my other daughter, she's a sales director in the company. So your first promotion should always come in the household. Therefore, when your new agent comes in, guess what? That first and what? One more agent, right? And then a couple of customers. My internet connection, it says it's unstable. Can you all hear and see me okay, Tony?
We got you. It froze for a second, but you're back. Yep, you're good now.
Okay, yeah, I have AT&T Uverse, and it is the worst. I live in a brand new community. Alfred lives 10 houses down from me. We live in the worst community, and the reception, like, it's beautiful, you know, new homes, but the reception, because they're literally still building it, we're going through the growing pains. So back to it. Your first promotion should come from your household. Therefore, you only have one more agent to get. Then at that point, you want to go ahead and, you know, help them say, hey, look, let's go ahead. Let's run some ads on social media. Now, as far as running the ads on social media, y'all need to watch Hanzo's videos. Like, Hanzo is bomb.com when it comes to nailing that social media and getting that whole thing, you know, intact. And listen, you know, if you're not amazing at social media, well, guess what I want you to do? I want you to go find someone who is amazing at social media. Go find someone who is amazing at social media and get them into the business. Get them into the business. Now, also, too, here's something that really was a changing point for me to hit SVP, because something had to be done a little bit different. I want to talk to you about mindset, and I take it back to mindset because it's so important. Now, organization.
You are ever unsure.
Oh, it froze up just right before that mindset.
Oh no, this is so bad. I'm back.
You're good now. Just, I mean, you just right when you said mindset, just from there. Yep, it just froze.
Okay. So when it comes to mindset, you have, you know, people with a distributor mindset, and then you have people with a leadership mindset, distributor or leader. The one way you can tell the difference between a distributor and a leader is by the way they handle problems. Okay. Now, let me tell you something. Problems are always going to arise in business. Problems are always going to arise in your life. That is just the way it goes. But it's all about the way you address it and the way you handle it. Now, for example, okay, so let's think about this. Now, let's say the company right now, you know, we're on a little delay due to us having so many enrollments. We're on a delay a little bit with the phone calls to customer care, correct? Now, a distributor mindset will say, this is ridiculous. Why is customer care, 20 minutes to get through to someone? But a leadership mindset would definitely say, we are so in high demand and so busy. Our product is booming and it's hiring new people. That's how awesome our company is. So how do you think? Are you a distributor or are you a leader? Now, one thing I can tell you about leaders don't, we don't fix problems. Leaders don't fix problems. That may come to you as a shock. Leaders don't fix problems. Leaders handle problems. We just handle it. We just deal with it. Okay, this is an issue. Okay, there's all about your thinking, the way you think about it. What is your thought process about this particular issue? So, for example, we had people, the company had some bad press a while ago. Some people thought like a distributor, this is going to really mess up my business. This is really going to take some stuff away. This is really going to do this. It's really going to do that. But a leader would think, how can I use this to my advantage? How can I take what was being stated to my advantage? You know what I mean? How can I take that issue and use it to my advantage? There is never any bad press, ever. You'll hear politicians say it all the time. There's never any bad press. There's always, because it's blowing your company name up regardless. You know what I mean? So how do you deal with problems? Now, one thing that really helped my team was this particular book. I made my team and my leaders all read this book, How to Build Network Marketing Leaders, Volume 1. And then there's a volume 2. Now, these books are very easy reads. They're only 147. What I noticed, ladies and gentlemen, is that at some point in my business, it says my internet connection is unstable. Is it back? Am I back? Okay, I'm back. Okay, good. Yep. Okay, so this right here changed my whole mindset because I was thinking as a distributor. This breaks down your distributor thinking from your leadership thinking. This also tells you how to find leaders. It tells you how to find leaders, how to pinpoint those leaders. Distributors will say, I'll try. Leaders will say, I'll do whatever it takes. So are you a distributor or are you a leader? Do you have an excuse whenever there's a task being assigned as to why you can't do it? Is there an excuse? Do we have that distributor mindset or do we have that leadership mindset that says, I'm going to do whatever it takes? Because see, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get y'all to the top 1%. Drop some ones in the chat and tell me, put 1%, 1%, 1%. I'm trying to get you to the top 1%. It's going to take a whole different level of you. You're going to really have to face you and who you are and peel back the core and the layers and figure out, who am I as an individual? Who am I as a person? Am I someone that people can actually follow? See, it's never the team. It's never the team. It's to yourself, because you always attract who you are. Who are you attracting on your team? Who are you attracting to yourself? Once you peel back the layers and you get down to the core and you discover who you are, you will be blown away. I encourage all of you to go and take the Myers-Briggs test, Myers-Briggs personality test. Figure out who you are. Now, it goes deeper than the summer, fall, winter, spring. Way deeper than that. I have all of my team. I actually have a personal development group, and this may be something that is good for you all too. In my personal development group, we don't talk about the business. We only talk about us and ourselves and how we can be better people and individuals. We only work on ourselves, our inner and our core. And let me tell you something. These promotions were manifested. Every leader in my organization that agreed to be in my personal development group, every single one of them hit their title that they wanted to be at. Every single leader, not one of them missed a title. One young lady did miss her field trainer title, but guess what? She enrolled 2 agents. All she needed was 200 more in volume, and the volume just wasn't there. It just wasn't there, the extra 200. And I wish I had more to give her, but it was already allocated. Every single person manifested. Stuff is real. Now, I don't think y'all really thought that this training was going to be this way, but I'm going to help you get to that 1%. You say, I am. You always speak in I am. Whatever it is that you want to be or that you are trying to achieve, you say I am. You want to know why? Manifestation works because I see it, I breathe it, I feel it. So here's the thing. I have this all over my house, everywhere, all over my house. You see this? Every time I'm on my laptop, I have this everywhere. I am Senior Regional Vice President by June 2020. I have this everywhere. You see it, you manifest it. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to go a little bit deeper. Some people may not really be in tune with this, but I'm going to give it to you anyway because I feel called to do it. You have different dimensions that you deal with. You have the 3rd dimension, the 4th dimension, and the 5th dimension. The 3rd dimension, ladies and gentlemen, is what you see, touch, hear, and feel. That's what we're living right now. The test is the Myers-Briggs test, M-Y-E-R-S, Briggs, B-R-I-G-G-S. Find out who you are. I am an ENTP, and the ENTP, I found out what my weaknesses are. It read me like a book. It told me what my weaknesses are. Once I knew what my weaknesses are, I was able to develop it, work on it. So therefore, I can build up other people. See, you got to be at your best if you want your team to be at your best. Now, let's go back to exactly what it is that I was sharing with you all. And that thought just went away. I was telling you all something. Where was I going? Oh, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th dimension. The 3rd dimension is what you see, hear, feel around you. The 4th dimension is your subconscious. Now, a lot of people believe the subconscious is your mind. The subconscious can be your mind. However, the subconscious is really within your heart. If you feel something in the core to your heart, then it's real. It radiates all over and that energy pours out. So if you're 2020 and you feel it from within, that's something. Okay, I'm back. My internet went out again. So that's something that you feel internally. So that's your subconscious on your 4th dimension, and your 5th dimension is your superconscious. Once you get to the level where you've mastered it and you've gone to the superconscious, you can then acquire anything that you want. Your superconscious. Now, you all do more research on that because we're not going to go too deep in that because there's more that I also want to share and give you. We're also going to give you some actionable items that you can do. My team and I, we also did a lot of the 2-cup method. The 2-cup method is where you actually, and I took my sticky note off, is actually where you have 2 cups, okay? 1 cup, you put a sticky note of your current situation. I am Senior Vice President. Your 2nd cup, you put your outcome, where you want to be. I am Senior Regional Vice President by June 20th, 2020. You put water in here, you meditate, pour it over in here with the outcome cup, and then you drink the water. Water holds memory. Now let's move forward. The next thing that I also want to give you all is some actionable items that you can actually do with your team. So we talked about the mindset. We went very deep into the mindset. Let's talk about actionable items that you can actually do with your team. Have your team to look for people who are already networkers, who have already pretty much been network marketing for the duration of their life. Now, I'm not saying go and grab another top network marketer in another network marketing company, because you got to be careful of that energy. If you're going and pulling someone from another company and you're saying, come over here because we're better, we're greater, somebody can turn around and do that to you. I always believe in karmatic law. So think about the level of, think about this. If you take someone and you build them up, literally build them up to sales director, to vice president, you build them up, someone who has never really achieved that level of success, the duration of their career in network marketing. So that's why I'm kind of leery when it's, when you go and you get other network marketers from other companies. But let me tell you this, in this book right here, I'm going to share this with you. You want to go and get other network marketers. And I'm going to tell you what it says when it talks about going to get other network marketers. I have this whole book marked up because it's so much good information. You want to go and get people that are politicians. You want to go and get people who are real estate agents. You want to go and get people who are maybe wedding planners, people who have been building their network through the duration of their career. Those are the people you want to go after because they already have the network. And a lot of people wonder why some people come into the company and then they blow up right away. It's because they've been sowing seeds and planting seeds and networking for years before they got into this company. They've been building their network before they got into this company. You know what it makes me think about? It really makes me think about The Pursuit of Happiness. When Will Smith said, when he went to the guy, the high executive or owner of some company, he invited him and his son out to the ball game. And, Will Smith was talking to the guy, listen, I want to handle your investments. And the guy said, listen, I'm not going to let you handle my investments. You're too junior to handle my level of investments. And Will Smith didn't that networked with everyone else in that room. And people had respect for him because they said, okay, he's in this room and he knows so-and-so, the top man, the top executive. So he must be legitimate. He must be real. And when he was able to actually get the internship or the job or whatever, he had built those relationships with those other people. So that's really what that put me in the mindset of when I thought about it, is that movie, The Pursuit of Happiness, and how he was able to basically taproot from that top executive and get into his network. Go find people who are networkers. Go find those people who already have a Rolodex full of contacts that if they say, hey, this is it, those people will believe that it's it because of the person that is referring them, or the person, who that networker is. So that's that. Another thing that I also want to tell you guys about that we do, another thing that we do is this. When you're talking to your prospects, especially customer prospects, in your, DM or in your messages, what you want to do is, somewhere in your script, this has been game changing. In your script, you want to put a part in there where it states something like, hey, if they say, you ask them, what are their goals? Hey, what's going on with your credit? If they say, oh, I have a bankruptcy, and you ask them, okay, well, what are your goals? And then, oh, I want to get a new car or a new house. This is what you do. Let me tell you, this is gold. You want to take like just a screen, like, one of your clients that maybe sent you some results or something, because you can send it in your DM. You can't post it on your social media. You can send it privately. So send your clients privately. Like if they say they had a bankruptcy and one of your clients had that bankruptcy removed and they send it to you, send it to your prospect in their DM. Don't put it on your social media page because I'm going to report you. Send it to them privately. My internet froze again. I'm so sorry. My client sent, I don't know what it is. It keeps saying my internet is unstable. I'm so sorry. So Send it to them privately where it shows, you know, one of your clients had their bankruptcy deleted. And then if they say they want a new house, send them a screenshot of your client in front of their new house getting approved. Do this stuff privately and say, okay, you know, I'm confident we can get you similar results. Boom. There you go. You then increase their level of belief. Okay, so what do I have to do? Okay, go take a look at our website and what we have to offer. Take them to the UCESPP website, click on what's included, and show them what's included. Show them. Take it, you know, say, hey, look, go here to UCESPP, take, you know, and what's included. These are all of the services that you're going to get. You know what I mean? So therefore, you know, that kind of helps too, because they can see something. If people can see something, it kind of makes their level of belief increase. We're sending you the results. We're sending you the UCSPP website. So therefore you can kind of, you know, see everything that we have to offer and the results that we're providing. So that has been gold. Just taking off. That has been very, very influential and good. Let me see. As far as enrolling agents, everybody always asks, you know, how do you enroll agents? What's up with agents? How can I enroll agents? Don't overthink it. Do not overthink enrolling agents. Enrolling agents is the same as enrolling customers. It's no different. Do not overthink it. You know, feel confident. Before I go and I speak to anyone, I always speak from the heart. I just spoke to a 22-year-old prospect with an agent in my downline. We were on three-way, and she said, I just need help with this prospect, you know. So we got on a three-way call, and I told the young girl, I said, listen, she's 22. Listen, Miss Ajaya Hungo, 25 years old. Use the stories in the company because we're providing real results. We're helping people to achieve a certain level of success. Miss Ajaya Hungo, if you have a younger millennial, take them to her page. Mr. Valesky Borowski, 25 as well, senior vice president. See, these are the things that people can relate to. If you have a realtor, hey, get them on the phone with Tony. Take them to Tony's page. You know what I mean? Let people kind of, you know, connect with the stories because we have so many stories. And for me, you know, my you know, that's who I speak to and who I draw to and who I, you know, attract, you know, because of my story. Tell your story on your social media page. If I go to your social media page, I should know exactly who you are. I should know exactly what you represent by going to your social media page. You know, they know that when people contact me, they know my whole life story. I know you had a kid at 15. I know you had another kid at 17. You were a teen mom. You were GED educated. You dropped out of high school. You have a son that's on the autism spectrum. He's 13. They know my whole life story because I put it on social media. That gives people something to connect and to relate to. So as far as that's concerned, I hope you guys were able to take some stuff away from it. One thing that I can say, always, always, always make sure that it's about the team. Make sure it's a team effort. Make sure all of you all are plugging into your upline. That is so important. I mean, whenever, you know, my upline, Mr. Alfred Nixon, Senior Executive Vice President, or Mr. Ashton Henry, Senior Executive Vice President, have something, a webinar, I make sure my team is plugged in because it's so important. You must make sure that, you know, your team is plugged in because I may say something that may not resonate with them, but they may say something that resonates with them. I know we're all building and growing our own businesses, but you know, it's always important to make sure that you're still plugging in and tapping in with your upline. It's extremely important. So I know I still do, you know, I still call on Alfred a lot, you know, even as a senior vice president, because there's certain stuff that I just don't know that, you know, he helps me through and can, you know, help me grow through some things. So I hope you guys, you know, were able to take some stuff away. You know, go out there, manifest your titles. You know, if it's feeling like you're just too stressed and just things are just not going right, step away from it for the day. So, you know, I'm gonna leave this alone for the day. go in and write out your manifestations. You know, I do 55 by 5, me and my team. So for 5 days, we write down our goal. So I am Senior Regional Vice President by June 2020. We do it 55 times for 5 days in a row. And we all put it in the group and we share it 5 times. Everybody that did that, we all hit our titles. We all manifested. Just step away from it for a minute, clear your mind, go listen to some meditation music, get back on your grind the next day. It'll happen. Tony, that is it. I don't want to take up any more time. Love you all. Definitely, you guys, listen, Tony really did help me last month, because last month I was just like, okay, hold on, wait a minute. This is a lot of work. I don't know if I can do it. And Tony had to give me a pep talk like, girl, you a superstar. I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, okay, you know what? Dig deep, dig deep. So always, if you work from here, just take a deep breath. If you're speaking to a prospect before you get on the phone, just speak from here. Every time it's genuine, people can connect to it. Always speak from here. You never, ever fail. You never, ever go wrong. All right. I want to see those 55 times 5, those 55 by 5. Y'all get it going. Let me see those title promotions. I'm going to come back. Tony, bring me back next month, because I want to see those promotions. I want to see y'all rocking it out.
Hey, Amina, Falah, I appreciate you so much for getting on our call. And, you know, it's funny. You talk about speaking from the heart, and that's what I noticed about you right away when I first met you. You know, that came across in our first time we came into contact. So it's amazing. You live by it. You don't just say it. And that means a lot. You know, you're leading your team, and you guys see that $500,000 ring on her finger. You know, she's the real deal. She's helping a lot of people achieve massive success, and people love her. You know, that's why she got that Circle of Excellence award, and she's rising to the top. You know, you gave some incredible nuggets, and I love it, because we're going to have a couple people speaking. You know, you mentioned about having your family get in and get your family. And one of our ESDs, who's just promoted, about to be VP this month coming up, you know, he got his mom and his aunt in the business, and you know, they've got a ton of volume under them. So it's great, because what you're teaching, that's what we're doing. And you know, there's so many great nuggets. You know, you talk about self-development, and it's really interesting. This week, one of our executive sales directors, Ro Jones, she put in we were talking, and she's like, you know, you sign up in this business to grow. You know what I mean? And the self-development is there. And, you know, VP Kendra Pack is always talking about self-development. And I know we were on a call where Ashton was talking about, you know, grow through, right? It's this business, you will have to be a different person. You will be a different person at the top. You have to be growing. And I love how you put so much emphasis on that. And that's something that I'm excited about, you know, implementing and getting people more on that track. You know, so I appreciate you so much. You know, it's so awesome. You talk about the team, and today we spent almost 3 hours on a leadership call, right? With the VPs and above, with Ashton and Alfred. And, you know, it is about coming together, and it's about being committed to making this all work. And as leaders, we're all working to help make sure everyone has the platform to succeed. And, you know, you are a servant leader. You took a whole hour away from your family, and I appreciate you. Tell them thank you. And I appreciate your time. So you enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend, and we will definitely have you back, because, man, I get chills just having you on here speaking. I'm really honored. So thank you so much.
Thank you. All of you will have a great Memorial Day weekend. The holidays kind of run into each other now, but enjoy, and y'all manifest that thing. Take care, Tony.
We will. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.